This message is for someone who has dominant air or even water placements. And if you don't know your placements, this is a person who is quite logical, analytical, recognizes patterns, but also very intuitive, very emotional, and actually it can be one in the same for you. I hear the word study. So you could be a person who studies a lot, studies often, is always studying yourself, pattern recognition I'm hearing, studying the world around you. Maybe you study literally in school or certain subjects, but there's this sensation of you constantly analyzing or looking at just naturally. It's just a natural thing for you. It's just something you think about, that you do. Even I'm hearing philosophize sometimes about. You could identify as being autistic or neurodivergent, but you don't have to, okay? You don't have to resonate with every single detail to claim the overall energy of this message, but if you have a majority resonance, this is for you. You also look like somebody who's not really afraid of their shadows. Of course, that's a blanket statement. There are some shadows that obviously we would be afraid of. That's why they're shadows in the first place. But it's like you dance with your shadows. It's like you dance with these energies. You're not afraid to lean in, to look at, to observe, to play with, to connect with, like aspects of yourself that you want to discover these, you want to work with these, you want to find these. You could also have a unique style that is expressive to you. It's interesting, I'm getting something about short hair, but I'm not saying you have to have it now. It almost feels like there could have been a time maybe where you had like extremely short hair, or I guess that could be now, but there's something about your hair length going through adjustments. I don't feel like that one's gonna resonate for everybody though. Also, I was hearing some kind of a song about like your mind is a universe. Maybe it's the song about like you are a cinema, but then I'm also hearing the song Radio, Now My Life is Sweet Like Cinnamon by Lana Del Rey. What a effing dream I'm living in. So that's interesting. Those lyrics are very interesting for you. What I get from this is that you are mastering, like in this life, to a certain point in this life, it's like you are mastering the hellscape or the obstacle portion. You've mastered or are mastering, or you know how to be within the challenges, within the obstacles. You know how to be there and not get so consumed for so long that you forget who you are and what, like you're always operating in that kind of analysis, in that, I'm hearing analysis paralysis for some of you, but you're always operating in this learning, in this recognizing, in this analyzing way. So it's like even when you are in it, you're still with your higher self, or with your knowing, with your soul, with who you are supposed to be, where you are supposed to be. I think sometimes you worry that you are off or lost, or you're off track, or that it's somehow not where you're supposed to be. Like you have these ways of looking at things or these skills, and yet you are in this kind of obstacle place, this place where there's obstacles still, or you really are in, you can see the problems, or you can feel the challenges and recognize them around you, you know? And this feels like that's because that is your biggest learning playground. Like it is your, I'm getting the word specifically playground for you. I also get a tight throat chakra when talking about this. There could be a lot of emotions around, you know, the struggle, of course, but especially this sensation of like, you know that you are, it's almost like you feel like you're smarter than that, or you feel like you shouldn't be because of the way that you are seeing things, but then you are, and that particular observation and experience is really defeating for you. It feels really like a letdown in a way, you know. Now, you may not have been somebody who prioritized love, or you may, but I feel like a big part of your wish fulfillment in this life is going to be, or already is, a very important partnership, or maybe there will be multiple, however it is for you. But it's like she's got this little star on her wedding ring, you know, on her marriage ring. So it kind of feels like partnership, real, true, deep, committed partnership, or that really, that person that gets you, like that, meeting that person feels like a big part of what you're really looking for on this earth, in this experience. And it can even be part of why you've worked so much through all of this. I even feel like some of the dreams that you've had in life, if you were to like dig as deep as you could to like the very core of what those dreams actually stood for, those ambitions actually stood for, deep down, there could be a very big element of love and partnership and deep connection. It could be literally a marriage for you, but it doesn't have to be in the traditional sense. It's like that person, even that you might have developed things sometimes to attract that person in a way without even knowing, okay? Doesn't mean you don't have your own ambitions and goals. Of course, that's normal, but at a deeper level, it's like everything could be about love or about that connect in some way or another. I also feel like you have this old-timey feel, but then also this timeless feel, like you are all times at once. This feels like old, like back in the day, and futuristic, all at the same. Your style is also very much your own, or maybe you feel like you don't have a style right now, but you do. You come off as having a style, but it's really your own, okay? And there could be something about dancing, even just encouragement about dancing for you when you can, if you can. You could be very entertaining or funny. Also to kids, and I'm not sure if that's something that you really resonate with or like, or even around kids, but you might be surprised how much that you would entertain young people, or maybe even young animals like puppies. And do you feel like this phase you're in right now when you're receiving this message, it's like you're getting another look, you're getting a second look, a closer look, a clearer look, a deeper look into yourself. There's some kind of clarity coming around your own self. You're so good at analyzing around you and yourself, but there's still, it's like you can't see what you can't see. And I feel like you're finally getting a breakthrough here where you're able to finally be in a place to see things you need to see about your own self and your own patterns, and to recognize these things and to come into a place of even further harmony with what it is that you recognize. You're definitely clarifying, and you're definitely rising more and more into authenticity. And a very important part of this message is how you are growing beyond these obstacles and challenges massively. If you can see like this image, it's like these are all these mountains and these shadows and everything, but look how big you, this person that's representing you, she is, when you put them next to all of this other energy. You know, you really, and that is a typical message that comes from me from the Page of Swords, because you can notice in the Page of Swords how the page is always so big compared to the mountains and everything around. And the page is ready to move into something new. It's ready to learn something new, to have a new paradigm. It's ready to go forward. It's ready to move on. But it's kind of giving that one last look at its surroundings before it does. And it's realizing, like, even if I wanted to go back here, I can't. I don't fit here anymore. I can't unsee, I can't unlearn what I have now, or I can't epiphany myself. Like, the growing is real. The growing has happened. And that landscape that once housed that page, the page won't fit there anymore. It reminds me of an exaggerated version of Elf. Like, he just doesn't fit into anything. He's big, and you've grown, and that's really cool to see. All right, so, all right, if you're resonating with this message, we're going to make it extended. The link is in our bio. If you're on YouTube, the link is below in the description. We're going to go into what's coming up for you, essentially, any other messages that your angels and spirit guides have for you, and beyond anything that comes through the channel. We hope to see you there. Much love. Thank you always.